TOS system test. Okay.
And welcome everybody to another episode of Wrong Side Simulations, bringing the best content from the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. And as always, my name is Blake and I am a real-world flight dispatcher aiming to bring you a little more context to your flight sim viewing experience. And today we are back at the fishing, except this time we're taking it a step further and we're going to go fishing off of the float of our airplane. So we're here in Bozeman, Montana, and we're going to be flying down to West Yellowstone. Make a quick stop there to pick up some gear and a friend, kind of like we did at Coyote Estate, and then maybe make a little practice approach at a nearby lake, which is actually a lake that Crystal and I stayed right next to when we were on our honeymoon. And then we'll continue on down to the Jackson Hole area and do a little fishing in Jackson Lake, Jenny Lake, and stuff like that. As always, huge shout out to all the channel members. Greatly appreciate every channel member that we have out there, especially supporting the channel going into a period where when I start ground school at Delta, it's going to be pretty sparse on the content. But aside from that, over to the chat, we got my man Plain Nuts in the house. Very happy to be able to make a little bit of content for you tonight while you're stuck back at the old workplace, which is not always the most fun thing in the world. And my dear Callie Simmer is still awake, surprised by that. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Hey, back at you, great to see you. And my man Jet Kid, great to see you, dude. Well is right. I hope you're having a wonderful night, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And welcome to the stream, man. Very happy to have you aboard. So like I said, we're going to head down to West Yellowstone first. This is my first time ever flying this plane. I was going to do the Kodiak, but for whatever reason the Kodiak floats don't it's not a collision object, so I can't stand on it while we're in a lake. This one I can, and it's turboprop, and we can get there faster rather than some of the other airplanes. I was hoping that I could, by putting the flight plan into the EFB, would automatically put it in the G1000, but it didn't. So let's see if we can. I don't want that. Might just say screw it. Not a biggie. Alright, altitude selection, we're going to start with 5,500 feet. And we're going to depart on the 030 heading. And is there anything else we need to do? Do a flight level change. We'll start with about 120 knots. And here's a look at our route for today. And we'll get on out of here. Hey man, good to see you too. Happy New Year to you. off trim. Alright. Well, let's get on down to West Yellowstone. But very happy to see the 6 of you guys. If you could smash that like button, definitely helps the algorithm quite a bit, especially on these red-eye flights where there won't be as much attendance. Yes, it is. Why is my ass dragging through the ground? Our gear is down. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Beefy looking airplane. My man Nate, what's going on, dude? Good evening. Hope you guys like fishing. If y'all weren't here for the last fishing episode, you'll enjoy this one. And you know, it's kind of funny is I'm not the biggest fisherman in the world. Like, I'll go catch a catfish and then probably whack it across the head and then fry it up and eat it. But I don't really care, like, to go bass fishing and all that stuff. But it's actually kind of fun in this game. Let's get out of here. We are on Say Intentions. I was doing it purely just for some GA traffic, but I'm not about to be doing all these VFR calls and shit. To brighten up these displays, but I don't know. It's probably built into the garment itself. Alright, here we go. We are out of here. damper. Autopilots. Continental change. Really cannot see these displays very good. I like fishing except putting the bait on the hook. But what if it's what if it's like a fake bait? You know, it's not any like, real kind of bug or worm or nothing like that. That's why I use lure zips. There you go. Love fishing, just not able to do it with my schedule. Yeah, that's no fun. No fun at all. AJ Finari, my man, what's going on, dude? Good evening. Love you, PT6. Hell yeah. Me too. Now, this is a caravan though, but I did consider the PT6 for this flight. Does anybody know how to brighten these damn these G1000 displays? This is a default plane too, so who knows? Aha. Jesus, finally. Fuck. Now I need to figure out how to brighten up. Oh, that one's fine. I can live with it. So all in all, total flight time to get down to Jackson Valley should be about 40 minutes. It's not too long of a flight. The drive itself takes about 2.5 hours or so. So that'll be the fun thing with this. We won't have to, you know, spend too much time just cruising around. Ice fishing is the best. I've never been ice fishing. That'd be pretty cool. There's no dimmer knob. Menu PFD, set brightness. Beat to it. Well, for the PFD, but obviously I can't figure it out with the because that option is, it's different options when you hit menu on the nav display rather than the PFD display. But it's all working for now. I'd like to do some flying like this in real life, but at the same time I'd be a little nervous. I don't want it's just like being so close to the terrain, which I think I would choose better routing to avoid it. How's everybody's week going? Tomorrow is Friday, so I am working from home tomorrow, which is nice. I can sleep a little bit later because I don't have to obviously account for the drive, which is about 40 minutes. So I have 40 more minutes of sleep. Oh shit, actually, I see what you're talking about now. Same menu. Makes sense. My dumbass never looked where it said MFD display, just PFD display. Because your boy dum-dum, no attention to detail. This is pretty much all Yellowstone, I believe. Ice fishing is a blast, hanging with buddies in a heated shack, fishing and drinking. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a bad time to me. Tyler, what's up, brother? Good morning or evening to you, depending on where you're at. I love doing this flying too. Just get very cautious when flying over terrain like this in a single engine, no shit. I'm always trying to fly like 5 to 10 miles from the highway. Yeah, so to that point, there's actually one just off our left wing down this way. That's kind of when I was kind of somewhat planning this route. I was trying to stick it somewhere close to roadways, because typically roadways are going to take the path of least resistance, right? It's like I kind of stayed a little bit more down in the valleys. So to that point, I was doing that, but also I was trying to get the route to go like right over West Yellowstone, so I wouldn't get lost. Because there's a little lake out there when I'm landing. It's actually a pretty big ass lake. I guess I should probably get my Google photos ready so I can show y'all what this lake looks like in real life when we get to it. got it ready.
Dude, I'd so take you ice fishing, just so I get to be the one to watch you freak out the first time we drive out onto the ice.
Yeah, I probably would. Not gonna lie. Didn't even think about that, but yeah, I probably would. Driving out on ice? Oh man, I'm like, shit. Put my floaties on, give me an oxygen tank and a wetsuit, just in case. One of them seatbelt cutting devices. Shoot, I'd go, man. That'd be fun. That'd be a very different experience, especially for somebody like me coming from, you know, Florida and Louisiana. Like, I've never stepped on ice that was over a body of water that ever held any bit of weight. Oh man, Nate, I am jealous, dude. Flying up to Sedona. I'm sure you've probably done it a hot number of times, but jealous, man. You know me, I love those mountains, plateaus, views. Love that stuff, man. My heart is definitely out west. I like the culture of the Southeast, like SEC football and baseball, and you know, the Southern hospitality and the food and all that stuff, especially Louisiana food. But landscape wise, my heart is so out west. Snowing here in Colorado. Nice. What's the temperature outside? I wish I could go see some snow. We saw a little bit of snow when we were in Jackson Hole, when we were hiking up the mountains. My favorite soda, man, I go through phases. It's either Coke, like regular Coke, none of that caffeine-free Coke Zero, Diet Coke bullshit, Coke, or Dr. Pepper. I want to lean a little bit more towards Dr. Pepper. I'm drinking a Fanta right now, though. MI6 online. Is there really a big difference between Flight Simulator 2020 versus 24? Yeah, there's a lot of differences. Some of the biggest noticeable differences is the terrain definition, especially once you're a little bit lower. The ground terrain is unbelievably more detailed with rocks and limbs and stuff like that on the ground, and the wildlife and that kind of stuff. The lighting engine is vastly better. The weather engine's better. You got weather radar. It's not true weather radar with like up and down tilt, but nonetheless it is a weather radar that gives you you know, something to deviate around. But I definitely prefer 24 over 2020 for sure. Alright, turning towards West Yellowstone. And what I'm probably going to do and we're going to land in a lake. Do y'all also want to land at West Yellowstone Airport, which is third-party airport? It's not the nicest airport in the world, but it's a little something. Or after we land at this lake, we can keep on trucking down to Jenny Lake. V1 would probably pee a little. Probably. Mountains are so beautiful from a plane, just not close up. Yeah, not collision course, kind of close up. Chemtrails. What's up, dude? West Coast, best coast. I can agree with that. Howdy, man, back at you. I got another Delta model in. I should have sent you a picture. It's not a Gemini Jets. Who is it? I can't read the box from here. But anyways, it's a Delta 757-200 with winglets. Current livery. It is just, I stare at it all the time. Next time you're up here, we'll bring you to the airport restaurant. Dude, let's do it. I'm down like syndrome. Nate said, "Sup, Unc?" But I guess it's better than being called Boomer. Chemtrails, Nate says that my my new headset is a Boomer headset. I told him the reason why I got it though is because my old headset is like it, you know, it sits up here, right, and my hair's thinning up there. Like that's the only spot that it's thinning. So I got some in-ear shit, which is not the most comfortable, to be honest. Ooh, 28 degrees. That's not a terrible cold. Like it's cold enough for the snow to stick. Especially out there, it's gonna be a little bit drier than like the kind of cold I'm used to in the southeast. Yeah, so the snow will stick, and you know, it's a bearable cold. I'd take that. Thanks, dude. Out here in northern Italy, it's freezing, but not snowing. At least not yet. Nice. Look, I live in Florida, and we only get heat for the most part. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day was relatively cold at like, I think the temperature, at least the feels like temperature was, I'm trying to convert in my head, but it's probably going to be like 5 degrees Celsius or so. And that's cold for us. We'll typically get down, like the lowest we'll get to is like 0 to 1 degree Celsius here in Florida. But today it was probably 27 degrees Celsius. It's pretty warm. AKA like 83 degrees for my non-Celsius folks. Fuck you, Nate. Oh, Nate just likes pain when it comes to headsets. I guess so. I think I have it both ways. I have a Boomer headset that's also not comfortable. Get y'all out of this, well, I need to turn. I'm trying to give y'all something more than just a cockpit view. Alright, so this little spot I'm going to take y'all is where it's one of the places that Crystal and I stayed on our honeymoon. We visited Yellowstone. Hey, what's up, John? AOL, great to see you, dude. And the A20s ain't that bad. Yeah, I agree. Whenever I want them, I enjoyed them. I need that clamping force to block out all the noise. Yeah, I get that. Shit, I need to add Captain to my name. What for? It was nice in Pennsylvania today, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I'd take that. I'll take any of that over 83 degrees in freaking January. It's a 911 operator headset. I mean, pretty much. Look, today when I was watching Miami and Ole Miss, which super bummed that Ole Miss lost. But I was looking at the referees, and they had like a very similar setup. And then I thought about Nate calling my headset a Boomer headset. Oh man, y'all are something else. Chemtrails, getting ready for to get Atlanta bound. February 2nd is my first day. They've already been sending me LMS courses, you know, all the fun stuff like sexual harassment prevention. Woohoo. It's sad that anybody has to take any of that stuff, because it's like so, like when you take these courses, it's like, who would even do that? But of course there obviously are people who would do it. And then folks like us have to take these stupid tests. Golly. You tap that staff trim button, it trims. I miss how KUXIU did their black and red design on their cans. I wish they would bring that back. All the cans that I have in my beverage fridge that are KUXIU are that. That's the only thing I've ever seen them do. What are your cans look like? Yeah, man, I can't wait. I am very excited. And ever since I've told my bosses that I'm going to be leaving Spirit, they've more or less, like, haven't really given me anything to do. Aside from, like, one or two little projects here and there. So basically, like, I go into work and, like, literally do nothing. And I'm not complaining. So this little area right here is where Crystal and I stayed at. It's a bunch of cabins. In fact, there's a lot more than what you see. But there's a whole bunch of cabins. We had a red-tailed fox that would visit us all the time. There's a little marina. So we stayed right across the street and could look at this lake. It's a fun place to be in the summertime.
500.
Here's up for water landing.
Yep.
Here's up for water landing. Here's up for water landing.
Let's see, what's not comfortable about the headset you're wearing right now? I think the in-ears feel pretty nice. Yeah, so obviously something that's high quality like Bose would be. These have like a little notch. That's part of like the earbud itself to lock into your ear, and it just rubs really, really bad. Other than that, it's fine, but Why isn't this shit turning? Oh, wait, is that? That's why. Alright, so see if we can get this set up. There you go. So that little house there is that little thing right there. I can see it. Let's see. A little something like that. Views probably further down, but you get the gist. Pretty cool place, very remote for the most part. It's like 30-40 minutes away from town. It's all these little I don't know if I got any pictures of the actual. I don't think so. But here's the fox that we had visiting us. So we haven't been doing a ton of house hunting. So we're gonna stay here until July. That's when our lease is up. So once the lease is up, then we'll make the move. I'm kind of hoping that I can convince Crystal to we'll put our stuff in storage and she move in with her parents for a few months in Daytona, which will be a bit of a drive for her every day. But we could really kind of just wipe out all of our debt from the wedding, and then that'll put us in a much stronger house buying position. So that's kind of the current game plan. But we've seen some houses that we really like. Money definitely goes a lot further in Atlanta than it does here in Orlando. That's for sure. Check that out, man. That's cool. Like that on. Beautiful lake. The road that goes down it, people haul ass. Alright. Let's get out of here. We'll go land at West Yellowstone real quick. Pick up our buddy. And pick up our camping and fishing gear, and then we'll get on out to the Jackson Hole area and do some fishing. Oh, the red design. I haven't seen that one yet. The mandatory HR awareness videos. Yeah, man, and there's had like 11 of them, but I'm down to two left, and then I got to set up all pass riders and benefits and such. Dude, that trim button does not play. This airport's about 10 miles away or so, so we'll get there pretty quick. So how does commuting work? Basically, just either list standby for a flight, or I'll jump seat, and then in Atlanta, myself and 3 of the other guys that are from Spirit, we got an Airbnb together, and so that'll kind of be our crash pad until July, whenever we get done with ground school and OJT, get signed off, and then we'll figure it out from there, depending on what all of us are doing. But that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. Is it because your boss sees the writing on the wall of Spirit, or is it just they know, expect, encourage jumping? It's I think it's mainly just because, like, why have me start projects that are, you know, going to take longer than what I'm going to be there, you know? It's not that they completely cut me out or anything like that. Like, they still put me on the meetings, and, you know, they want my feedback on stuff, but yeah, as far as, like, action items, for the most part, I haven't really gotten much. They gave me one a couple days ago that wasn't really a feasible project. Basically wanted me to make routes for every city pair that might need route out for flow control areas. But they're like, say for example, Boston, Fort Lauderdale, there's going to be like 16 different flow control areas. So it's not really feasible to have routes for all of them. But kind of did what I could. And it's one of the hotter city pairs. I go idle, like the nose just. They also wanted me to make a list of all city pairs that are feasible for capping and tunneling. Capping is where they stop you around. Like, can't climb any higher than like 32 to 30,000 feet roughly, and then tunneling is where you fly like 18 to 20,000 feet for the entire flight. So if you're flying Boston, Fort Lauderdale, and because the Jacksonville Center trapped with demand, as long as weather's allows for it, they'll like recommend tunneling. So you fly the entire route. You fly that entire route at that altitude, and I should have focused on that approach. Good God, man. Default planes are shit. But yeah, so you'll fly the entire flight at like 18,000 feet to go under the constrained area and not take a delay. Sometimes it's worth it, like if you're looking at a 250-minute delay associated with the FCA, then it's probably worth it. You're typically going to fly a little bit, like you'll shave a couple minutes off of the en route time compared to flying higher, but you're going to burn more gas. And on a 321 fully loaded, it burned about 5,000 pounds more fuel. But if like the delay is like 45 minutes or an hour, well then maybe just eat the delay to save the cost on the fuel burn. But then it's like, what kind of effects does that have on downline flying? So they had me on that one, and I kind of made my case. My senior manager was like, yo, like, it's not really feasible to have, like, to get all of this data. Like, it really just needs to be up to the dispatcher to build the route based off of which FCA is active. And let's go over here. Bunch of different things, but anyways, he was understanding. He was like, all right, cool. Maybe it's just a guidance item that we made for the team. Can't open that door. Get a house on one of the finals to Atlanta. Hey man, look, I've lived that life, that crash pad life of being like right next to an airport. I'm good. Especially like a lot of the areas around the Atlanta airport are not good. So my goal is to kind of get out a little ways. Need to get some beechcraft. Hey, there you go. Do some of this, man. I think the ignition's still on. Alright, cool. So we got all of our camping shit and our fishing stuff, and we're ready to get back at it. Oh look, American Airlines just sent me job stuff. Yeah, the starter's still on. Alright, what's next? Next we're going to go to pets and then slate.
TOS system test. Okay.
Well, it was a short, fun time here in Yellowstone. Now we're going to carry our asses. That reminds me of Grand Canyon. There goes something around out there. Bear. Stay out of his way. If they ever become an air traffic controller, I don't know where they would send me if I controlled the tower. Yeah, it's really just up to them. They never really know. I wouldn't mind being a controller tower, or a tower controller. Outside of that, I don't want to do the Tracon or center. That'd be good. We gotta go land this long haul flight and have a good night. Chemtrails, do the same, my friend. Happy landings to you. Alright, let's rock and damn roll. We'll see. If I don't need to go as high for the rest of this, we'll start with 95. Microscopically sensitive. Spirit, get off the ground. Yep. Why is it chase button doing that? Alright, flight
Here's up for water
directors.
landing.
Y'all Denver.
Here's up for water
Nav.
landing. Here's up for water landing. Here's up for water landing.
Shut up and back. I wonder if we're going to see any of the geysers and whatnot. was all probably to our left, to be honest. Oh wait, no, I think we're... trying to find like where Yellowstone Visitor Center is at, and like the Old Faithful and all that shit. We saw it on the last stream. Neighboring Moore, or Moorhead. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but thank you for the subscription, my friend. Welcome to the Wrong Side family. Very happy to have you with us. We are on our way to Jackson Hole Valley to go do some fishing. We just landed in West Yellowstone, picked up our camping gear and our fishing stuff. And I'm on my way to go do some fishing. Unless I can find that Old Faithful and stuff. Fly over that. Down this road. Oh, that's the pretty one. Shit, we're basically, that's it, right over there. Heading move. I'm gonna go fly over one of the very popular geysers. We should be able to see it from the air. That's it, right over there. Yep, that's it. Yep, and we're gonna fly, hell yeah, we're gonna fly right over Old Faithful. So we'll be able to see that as well. Check that out, guys. I wonder if we can go. I wonder if we could catch fish in a geyser. We could try. We could try to land down there. And tell you what we'll do is after we fish Jackson, we'll portal ourselves. They got the walkways and everything. We'll portal ourselves back over here and see if we can't catch a fish in the geyser. turn. And over here is where I believe Old Faithful is at. Ain't no fish in there too. I know, but I want to see if the sim will recognize that. Did you know at some colleges you can get a degree in air traffic control? Yeah, I sure did. I think it's like air traffic management, something like that. That's fine, already cooked. Yeah, so we can just eat it. Yep, there it is, right there. I won't be able to see the steam and stuff from this altitude, but when you go down there, you can see it. I'm gonna put this back in nav mode, so it'll do its thing, and then I don't know what's going on with Chase Plane. I've never seen it do this before. This little jiggling thing. There goes the airplane. See ya. And no matter what you do, it's still doing it. Nice sound. You can hear the creek babbling. Yeah, right. Yeah, when we came here, we were front and center. We were about right here when we came. Now let's compare. God, I wish I could go back, man. It was the best fucking trip. Let's see. Check it out. Yellowstone National Park. Some geysers next to a lake. There you go. Kind of looks similar. It stunk though. Smelled like eggs. And this was right around here too. Big old bison. Nature, not MP3. That's funny. Alright, I think I see where we're going already. Someone. Point us that way. Tetons. The very north side of the Tetons. The drive from Jackson Hole to Yellowstone is very, very pretty. Especially in like October when you climb an elevation and start seeing snow on the ground. It's nice. Sulfur, yep. Smells like eggs, yep. Same here in Florida, man. Like all the natural springs, same thing. Smells like eggs. Let's see if we can get a better water landing this time. I bounced it last time. Came in a little hot. Oh, like this fucking jiggling shit. I wish Chase Plane had like a way that you could restart it. Coming up on the road here in a minute, and that's where it's the road that we drove on. We passed all this stuff. We noticed we must have had a pretty big wildfire here at some point. We noticed all the dead trees. How like a lot of these are gray and kind of dead and burned off. That's it. Basically where we're at. Heck yeah, dude. Is that what you're planning on pursuing? Be dope if it is. Do some low-level flying. Swarm, how's it going, my friend? Now you just need to save up for a plane. Dude, no shit. Wouldn't that be something? God. I'd make my YouTube channel all about that. Doing the standard yeah, oh nice, okay. That's awesome, man. It'd be cool if one day I call a tower to pull a flight plan or something and you answer the phone. By the way, we need HC. You could probably get your education paid for. Shit, probably. I know ICE has a sign-on bonus. People doing HTC should definitely get a fucking sign-on bonus. We fished this last time.
Gears up for water landing. Gears up for water landing. Gears up for water landing.
Tried landing right there.
Gears up for water landing.
So I guess we'll go on since we've already fished this. Take it out to a spot that I've actually been to before, though. I actually skip the air traffic basics course at the Academy because, oh yeah, dude, 100%. That'll definitely help. Some boats out here. I wonder if I have my boats turned off. 20 feet off the water.
water landing.
I cannot. Saved my life. Alright guys, check this out. Let's see. This is what it looks like in person. But it's just crazy like how close we can get now through Flight Sim. Kind of being virtually transported somewhere. Look at that. It's fucking wild. Supposed to be catching fish, not sleeping with them. Oh yeah, we're about to go catch some fish right now. We're gonna go out towards those two mountains, fish that a little bit, and then go hop some of the other smaller lakes, like Jenny Lake. I just wanted to show you like how just crazy, like how crazy it is that we can get this close to reality virtually. Water effects need some improving. I don't know. I kind of like the water. I think it's not too. Don't tell me I'm fucking stuck on a limb. Rotor trim's off.
Gears up for water landing.
Yeah, bitch, I know.
Gears up for water landing.
Now we're gonna need parallel 42 to come out with like a John boat. So we can like put it in the lake and go fishing. I mean, the water looks... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Basically, I think this lake needs water masking. I think is kind of what it comes down to. Because, yeah, like, in real life, the water is way more clear. Yeah, you're 100% correct on that.
500.
Gears up for water landing. Gears up for water landing.
I can say, though, those reflections are pretty realistic. I need to make a view just for this stupid... Damn, I can't open this from inside. Super lame. Well, I guess my airplane needs to be still. There it goes. Oh, I see. I'm not clicking. I was wondering why my stuff wasn't. Let's figure out why my damn. I keep hearing like sounds from this damn thing. I usually leave the battery on, so they'll see the nav lights, kind of like you still have the red and green lights on a boat. Alright, let's go fishing. Shit, I forgot what my real button is. There it is. That looks small. And it is small. But it's very uncommon. It's a brook trout. We call it something uncommon. That's kind of cool. Release his ass. I really don't want this tablet up, but I think I'm going to need it for fishing like this. Because whatever we got on here is kind of big. So I got to ease off. Where is this fucker? Come on, he's fighting. That dude is fighting. Over here. You better be big. Are you fucking kidding me? A 2.2 pound carp put up that much of a fight? Bro. I'm gonna swing his ass around just because he pissed me off. Whee! Whee! Spin around. I want to like... Pew, pew. Get rid of my face so y'all can see it more. Is it adequate? But would a 2 pound fish put up that much of a... That'd be that hard to reel in? I know carp can be fighters though. Oh, just don't kill the battery. I don't think AAA will come out there. Probably not. I brought jumper cables. Let's make it catch up on this. Reflection looks great. I wonder what X-Plane 12 looks like this close. I don't know. I have it installed, but I haven't flown it in forever. What's even crazier is why I put fish in a sim game. Well, it makes sense for Parallel 42, right? Parallel 42 made this, and their whole thing is like backcountry flying. And a big part of backcountry flying is camping and fishing and all that kind of stuff, right? So in that sense, it makes sense. But it's definitely not something that came natively in the sim. But I think it's kind of cool. It gives more purpose to, like, you know, bush flying. Oh, we got another one on the line, boys. Bro, he's taking it out. Not anymore, he ain't, though. It's probably another carp. Oh, catfish. Fuck, eat your ass. How much? 23.10 pounds. You fucking kidding me? Keep. Bro, we are eating good tonight. We're going to catch us more catfish. How many catfish should we catch and have us a fish fry? Maybe brook trout aren't common there, but they're all over here. Interesting. And supposedly it's supposed to be very common. Or not common, but like all this, like, it's supposed to be accurate. As far as like what fish you can catch and common, uncommon, etc. All this stuff is supposed to be accurate. Bluegill fight like a shark and they're small. Interesting. Okay. I just figured, it'd be kind of easy to outmuscle. But I know it's not just muscling either. Obviously, it's kind of like what kind of line are you using, and etc. Whatever this is, he ain't shit. Smallmouth bass. Oh, yellow perch. Have a good day. You get to live. Should flip this back over. I got something on the line. Smallmouth bass. Nice. Uncommon. He's probably invasive. We should beat him across the airplane. Boom. Boom. Alright, we'll throw him back. See you later. Let's go to the other side of the airplane. I just wish it would like actually show the rod in his hand. Let's try something else. Cast distance, we'll throw it way out there. Cast. Now, let's see what that looks like. So you gotta get the right angle where you can't really see it. Another one. Probably the same one we just caught. Get out of here, you little midget. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's let the engine cool off. Something's on. We got something on the line. Need the airplane pointed the other direction. I want the mountains, me, and the airplane in the picture. Rainbow trout. Definitely gonna eat his ass too. Cool. Let's go fly and fish us a different hole, shall we? I feel there needs to be a better way to reel in. I agree. I know they're pretty limited on what they can do because avatar mode is very limited. At least there's bindings, but I hate that you pretty much have to look at the tablet. But hey, look, you can still see the tablet over here. That looks cool. There's speed alive. Rotate. I used to land on this little bar all the time in 2020. So this was Lake Jackson, I believe, that we just fished. We'll fly down and fish Jenny Lake, which is probably one of the more... I don't know, this lake's pretty damn popular too. Not bad fishing for a flight sim. Yeah, 100%. There's this one. Looks like there might be some sort of waterway that goes up in here. Bless me.
Gears up for water landing. Gears up for water landing.
Oh my god, is that... The shit like goes up in the air.
Stingray 9er Alpha Zulu, you are not cleared to take off. Advise when ready to copy a phone number for possible pilot deviation.
Shut up, whore.
Maybe next time you'll respond when I call you, Tower.
Oh, that's funny. What frequency are we on? Yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. There's Jenny Lake scenery. I guess that's what's causing the conflict. We got all these folks over here. He's really trying to figure something out. Huh. I've been to here. Crystal and I took post-wedding photos on this bridge and on a bunch of rocks here in the thingamajig. What the hell is this? Oh, that's not supposed to be like that. No, man, I don't know. Your guess beats mine. Damn, we're just actually moving that much. Yeah, we're still kind of moving. This damn boat stop. Shows a lot of detail though. Very interesting. Yeah, yeah. It's part of the Grand Teton National Park scenery. Wish this fucking airplane would stop. There it goes. Finally. Catfish. How much does this bitch weigh? 4.5 pounds. It's small, but it's catfish, so we're keeping them. I love catfish, y'all. Why can I not? It's not letting me move my damn thing around. And another carp. Oh, 30, almost 32 pounds. I don't know if carp tastes good, but we're going to try them tonight. Yes, we are. That line broke. Shit's making me mad, man. Brook trout. I like trout, but he's only a pound. We'll let him go. Dude, that's the weirdest thing. A while ago, it was letting me do photo mode while we were, like, fishing. Now it won't let me do it. Stupid. I want at least 2 more catfish. That's a ugly salmon. I like salmon. We'll keep it. Man, we're eating good tonight, y'all. Let's see. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. By the way, if you have the Kodiak, it worked fine for me in 24. I do. I tried standing on the floats, and it wouldn't work. It kept falling through the floats like it wasn't a collision object or whatever. That's the only reason why I'm not flying it. I love the Kodiak. I fly the shit out of it. The bug guts on the windshield look good in 4K. Hell yeah. I'm glad y'all are getting something out of the 4K. Water looks kind of milky. Mountains look great. Yeah, I guess it does. But at least I guess compared to any other sim, it's probably pretty good. Let's see what we got this time. Put up a fight, whatever it is. Come on, bub. Get on up in here. Brown trout. We'll keep it. Alright. I think that's pretty good on the fishing. Y'all want to keep fishing? You want to go somewhere else? There needs to be an anchor key so you can stay on the float. I agree. That's a good idea. Almost perfect for eating 3.5 pounds. Yep. Love catching big catfish, but 3 to 5 pounders are perfect for eating. Yeah, I guess the 23 pounder is probably going to be pretty tough. Let's put the right weight for carp. Guess I've never caught carp before. If you've never had carp, it's not a lot of meat, but very bony and tastes okay. Okay, so I ain't missing shit. Alright, Swarm. Well, I appreciate you coming to hang out, man. Have a good night. Sleep well. I'll say the 30-pound trout's a good way to end it. Yep. Yep. I agree. Yeah, I think it would have put up a fight like that first carp did, that 2-pound carp. That's what I would expect out of a 30-pound carp. Alright, so now the question is, where do we land to set up camp? Maybe we can land on one of those little island thingies. Or I can check out that body of water over there. We do that. There is a river that runs up in that canyon, but it's like not something we can land in. I hiked along it, and it was dope. Thanks for the stream. Off to bed. All right, man. Well, appreciate you subscribing, and hope you sleep well, and have some good dreams, not shit ones. It looks like that one's even got a terrain shit with it. All right, let's get out of here. Another pull off down there. God, it'd be so cool to fly around here in a small airplane. Whenever we were at Jenny Lake, there were helicopters. There were 2 helicopters that were flying around. I'll show you another camera mode that I kind of like within GSX. We're to duplicate this one, give it number 7, and then we're going to give it a horizon gimbal. So then when we fly, it always stays perfect with the horizon. You can kind of have a better see of what the airplane's doing. Just a different kind of perspective, I guess. I'm going to come over here and check out some of these little smaller lakes. See if there's anything worth landing in. God, I miss this place, man. I would fucking move here in a heartbeat. Probably get up in there and set up camp somewhere. Jacksonville Airport's right up there at our 11 o'clock. It's kind of hard to see that little part of the window in the way. Fuel's getting pretty low. got about 350 pounds of fuel.
500.
Oh yeah, that's where we're going, right
Gears
there.
up for water landing.
So, question for you guys: for those of y'all who ever fly any of this kind of bush, backcountry type flights, do you ever notice your airplane getting dirty? Because that's definitely something they were showing in the trailer for Microsoft 24, and I've yet to ever see my airplane get dirty or muddy or anything. So I'm curious to know about y'all's experience. This might be it. Super dope area. You can see a trail over there. I feel like I shouldn't be able to move that much. I'm trying to ground the airplane. Ah, dope. Alright, let's set up camp. let's get us a fire going. We'll need a fire. So we got 9 of y'all, so we're gonna need some more shit. So let's see. Another tent. Man, I should have walked away from this fucking airplane because I can hear the airplane. Should have gone over there. So we can just enjoy the sounds of... And we're going to do that. Hopefully we're not too far away. That other little spot was nice because it didn't have any grass. But we'll give this one a shot. Let's see. Nice. Reaches all the way out here. So the question is, do we look at the mountains or do we look at the lake? We'll start with the mountains. See how that looks. Why ain't it squatting? Oh, you can't see shit with that. So I need some of you guys flying with, so that we can all be hanging out together virtually. Alright, let's get that fire. Get that hammock going. lay in the hammock out in the water. That's luxury. Sleeping bag. I'll put a sleeping bag up in her because I ain't got no sleeping bag. Why is that moving? Got the sleeping bag. Now we need some wood. A little camping table for our food and shit we're about to be cooking. All these little bastard ass fish we caught. And now we need a thing to cook our fish on. So throw a backpack up in here. But, of course, we need us a dog. And he's gonna have food and water. And we'll have a couple. We'll have another float plane. Oh yeah, I forgot that doesn't work in this one. In Microsoft 24. That should be good, right? Oh, we need a poo-poo bucket. We gotta have the poo-poo bucket. Ice chest. Gotta have the ice chest. Definitely don't want pink, though. We're gonna open the lid and have drinks. And we're gonna put that right there next to our little table. Nah. And last, we need some lanterns. Put one there. I'll put one here. there. And over here. Then we're going to put a smoke bomb. So we'll be able to see where we need to park. We'll put a lantern out there too. Alright. We got camp set up, guys. Kappa Flyer, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. We have done a little fishing. We've caught some fish. We caught catfish. We caught trout, salmon. We caught all sorts of stuff. So we're cooking that up. Got some chairs for you guys. Y'all have a seat. Hang out. I'm gonna check out this little thing over here, and maybe cast a couple more lines real quick just to see what we can catch. But how's your night? Whatever this is, he was taking some line out. There we go, now we're getting them in. Come on, buddy. Be another catfish. Lake trout. Ah, you can go back. I don't need trout. What we got? Smallmouth bass. Don't care for him either. He can go 1 pound. Swap that caravan for a Kodiak. I mean, you know I love that Kodiak. The only reason I wasn't flying the Kodiak is because I can't stand on the floats to fish. It's like the floats aren't an collision object, so I kept falling through the floats. That's the only reason I'm not flying the Kodiak. Oh shit! Bank account was compromised. Have to get a new one in the morning. Yeah, man. Was it your checking account? Like, did you lose cash and you're not gonna be able to get it back? Why are the wheels still moving?
TOS system test. Okay.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that though. That sucks. Uh-oh. Brakes aren't... Man, I swear, like, all of a sudden, a whole bunch of stuff's not working anymore. Alright, let's go say what's up to Jackson. Hey JJ, what up, man? I sent you the file for that font, by the way, just in case you didn't see it. Does anybody know anyone who can create photogrammetry for Microsoft Flight Sim? There used to be a guy on flightsim.to named Enjoy It Flies, but it doesn't do it anymore. And I want the town of Jackson in photogrammetry. Ah, native upgrades next. Oh, dude, that'd be fucking awesome. Yeah, if they can make that a thing, that would be very, very useful. I'm gonna need this airplane to get off the damn runway.
Gears up for water landing.
I wonder if we could land in the Snake River down there.
Gears up for water landing. Gears up for water landing.
That dude just ain't ever gonna get off the fucking runway. There he goes.
Gears up for water landing.
Alright, we're coming in.
Gears up for water landing. 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 Gears up for water landing.
That's probably American 1883 right there, in from Dallas. Huh, parking brake was on. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Yeah, I think no, brakes are working. Yeah, JJ, I had the file downloaded, and so I just sent you the raw file by itself. That way you can just import it into your wind control. He's probably like, you fucking shitty Parker. You park like shit. Yeah, park like shit. You're the man. I just need to pick up fish nap and go exploring sometime. Paris will. Dude, we should, man. We can go do some virtual exploring together if you like. It would be dopage. Alright, so I think now what we're going to do is yeah. Well, no, because if I leave, shit. I was going to swap to the Kodiak and try to land back up in there. But if I do, because I didn't save that, I didn't place my camp in the green circle, it won't save. Alright, so we're going to fly like this. It's later in the day. And so, we'll see if we can't land. We set out some lanterns, so maybe those lanterns can guide us in.
System test. Okay.
Alrighty. Let's go land one last time for the night. We're going to record it as well. Catch you guys later. Gotta get going to the other part of work and can't watch. Alright, man, sounds good. Enjoy your morning. Hope work's easy on you. SWS got back to me on the floats idea. By sheer chance, I figured it out yesterday. I like it. Awesome, man. Thanks for doing that. It's pretty cool that you even know how to get in touch with them. Oh, shit. Let's try to fly this. Let's see. Let's go. Clear skies. And then. Oh, that's way too bright. We're just going to use synthetic vision. Alright, so we can see the lakes. That's probably a lot easier than it would be in real life. Now we're just high as shit. So let's see, can we land with just synthetic vision? I should turn that fucking floodlight off. Aha! Now we're cooking with grease. I don't know if my gear's down or gear's down. Oop, yep. I got distracted by the gear shit. 60, 55, 40, 35, 25, 10. Oh, we got a lantern in the water. Oh, that's well. There we go. It's like some Stranger Things shit right here. sucks, I can't crouch. Damn it. Man, I look like a creepy bastard. Just standing there. Alright, well, let's hit the replay. And then we will call it a night. We'll watch it from right here and see how horrible it looks. We'll start nighttime and then we'll switch to daytime where we can really see the most. Look, that's the view from inside our tent. Get a cold beer out the cooler. And the lights and the reflections look good. Bam. Yeah, that's probably death. Alright, Kappa, have a good flight, my friend, or a good night, my friend. Appreciate you reaching out to SWS again. And sleep well. Oh man, I'm right behind you. I've never done like a bush replay before. Let's see if we get the big spray when they hit the beta. Why is that looking over there and not at the fucking airplane? There it goes.
water landing. water landing. 500. Gears up for water landing. Stall.
Damn, we can watch in avatar mode. That's dope. Oh, but you can't walk nowhere. Sucks. Alright guys, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this very different episode. Not any different than what we did. Like ice.
Gears up for water landing.
Not any different than what we did last time, but very different than the typical, you know, airliner stream. Now we'll say tomorrow night, Crystal's going to be
Gears
hanging
up
out
for
with
water
friends.
landing.
So we're going to be streaming some Mad Dog tomorrow night, the 20th anniversary Mad Dog. And see if we can't find some weather to pick our way around with this low pressure system that's moving through the U.S. right now. But guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I always enjoy these. Love the bush backcountry flying. But guys, as always, until next time, be good or be good at it. Keep it on the wrong side. And I'll see y'all on the next one. See ya.